Hi there, this is Teal, another episode of the Bare Essentials. We're getting close to Christmas, and I wanted to continue to look at some of the things that were said about the baby Jesus. Mary was engaged to Joseph, and she became pregnant before the marriage was consummated, and Joseph was considering divorcing her quietly because it wasn't his baby. He knew that for sure. And one evening, he was sleeping, and God sent a dream. And in the dream, an angel said to him, Joseph, don't be afraid to take Mary as your wife, because the baby that is conceived in her is from God. It's a special baby. You should give him the name Jesus. And this is what the angel said. He will save his people from their sins. He will save his people from their sins. Nobody likes to talk about the S word anymore. The word sin just kind of makes people think that you're old, puritanical, prudish, overhyped religious somebody. People just kind of turn you off as soon as you say the S word. If you study English literature, there's a term in English is hamartia. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Hamartia. It is the fatal flaw of your hero. The hero character in a book or in a story has a hamartia. It is a failure. It is a missing of the mark. And that's what it means in Greek, is from shooting an arrow, missing the target, getting almost there, but missing it. And so a character in a play or in a book will have a fatal flaw, and that's a hamartia. It is a missing of the mark that causes their downfall. So rather than calling or translating hamartia into sin, why don't we try something else? Because it means missing the mark. You know, the arrow doesn't make it quite to the target. We're really close, but we don't call sin near miss. That sounds better. There's no religious connotation to near miss, so we can talk about near misses, and maybe that feels more comfortable. So Jesus came to rescue his people from their near misses. I think as long as there's been people, there has been the idea that near misses need to be paid for. Ancient people, way before there was Christians, way before Jesus, way before Moses and Abraham, there were cultures, and in those cultures, the people believed in gods, different kinds of gods. You know, the moon god, the rock god, the floor god, the wall god, the sun god. You know, they had gods, and they made idols, and they would sacrifice to those idols and pray to those idols. Why would you do that? Because you thought that God had some control over your life and over your family and over your community. And so you said, well, if it's not raining and my crops are dying, we must have done something wrong. We must have failed to make the mark. We didn't shoot the arrow hard enough. We've done something to offend our God, and so we do some sacrifice, we do some ceremony, and we offer our begging for forgiveness. Here, take this. This is really important to me. This is my son. This is my favorite cow. This is my favorite sheep. This is the best I've got. Please make it rain again. I'll try not to do that again. I don't want to offend you. That concept of there being a supreme being or someone bigger, smarter, more powerful than you that cares about your failures to make the mark, your near misses. Somebody, something, some energy cares about your near misses, and that there needs to be compensation for the near misses. Even if you just leave God out of it and you say, well, karma is going to get you. If you do something wrong, then karma is going to come around and get you. It's impersonal, but there's a just payment, just reward for doing something wrong. And the idea that there's a supreme being of some kind that it becomes upset with your near misses, and that you have to placate that being so that he'll be kind to you and be nice to you and forgive you for all the near misses. The angel told Joseph that Jesus would come to save his people from their near misses. Near misses must be pretty important to God. So, whatever we think about these near misses, whatever we want to think about our fatal flaws, they were something important enough that God designed the encounter, his encounter with his creation, in having Jesus come and be born and experience life like we have. One final word about near misses. All of our near misses are still misses. All of our near misses are still misses. And Jesus came to provide the healing and forgiveness for those misses. You know, when we realize that God went out of his way to do something about near misses, then I guess I have to assume that it really matters that my life is full of near misses and never hits the mark. And if there's a consequence to having a life of near misses that is such a nature that it requires God himself to come and do something about it personally, then it is that Jesus offers a forgiveness, a debt payment for the near misses that no human being can do. That's why he got in so much trouble, because he was pronouncing forgiveness for all these people who had a life full of near misses, and the religious people who knew better said, "You can't just release somebody's debt like that. We need some kind of sacrifice so that God will be happy." You might ask, well, Teal, what do you think? I think this is one of the most wondrous piece of news that I could ever hear as a human. That there was possibility to be forgiven for all my near misses and thus establish a link between my soul and my creator. That, I don't think of anything greater than that. Doesn't make me a perfect human being, doesn't make me better than anybody else. But it's important to me to know that in spite of my near misses, God would want to erase that debt and replace it with a soul heart connection with him. I don't know how to explain that other than that.